Welcome back to The Legend of Heroes Trails to Azure, where I want to do a little summary of the exploration, because there was so much new going on during this first exploration that it's enough for an entire episode. Yeah, it happens. Rarely, but it happens. Anyway, let's start with all the kinds of recipes we found, followed by treasure chests and other item rewards. A book entitled Kingdom of Sweets Volume 1 sits regally upon the shelf. Learned mixed gelato recipe. A book entitled 1 Minute Cooking, Light Meals Edition, has been sitting here for much longer than that. Learned the recipe for fresh sandwich. A book entitled Delicious Hot Pots Pressure Cooker Edition is letting off steam on the table. Learned the recipe for Bellyful Hot Pot. A book entitled The Working Man's Diet is taking 5 on the counter. Which cappuccino? Oh. Flexible coat. If this ain't a chest message, then I don't know what is. Hey, this is my pal Leyte. Hi Oscar, long time no see, how's work? You know, same as usual. Need, break, repeat. Still, it's been a while since you and that baby face of yours last waltzed in, yeah? Where have you been? Off vacationing at Michelin or something? Come on, do you really think I have a time or mirror for that? I told you the SS was going to be on hold while I trained with the 1st Division, didn't I? Ah, did you? Must have slipped my mind. Here, let me make it up to you. Think of this as a way to commemorate the SSS getting back together. Received Mooncake Muffin. Is this your latest creation? Wow, it smells amazing. And it looks delicious too. Yeah, it's fresh out of the oven and just as fluffy. If you don't love it, I'll eat my hat. Just make sure to buy more if you actually do enjoy it, okay? I'm sure you will, Oscar. Thanks. I've been challenging myself to bake all kinds of new bread recently. I hook you up with some experimental samples. Just remember to buy some from real if you like them. Hey, you have a special support section. Do you remember me? I'm the trader you saved during the cult incident. Of course we do. It's great to see you, Viscero. Have you been in good health since then? Well, I've been seeing a doctor at St. Ursula the last few months. As you can see, I'm right as rain now. Fortunately, I managed to avoid bankruptcy during the incident too. Thank you for your help back then. I never forget how grateful I am to the SSS. As a matter of fact, here, I'd like you to have this. A celestial bomb. It's something an associate of mine gave me a while back, but I wouldn't know what to do with it. This is hardly enough to repay you for your kindness, but I figured it'd be a half-decent place to start. Consider it a personal gift from me to you. It would mean a lot if you'd accept it. Well, in that case, we'd be happy to. Thank you very much, Rizzo. I'm glad we had the opportunity to see each other again like this SSS. I'll never forget how grateful I am for all the help you gave me back then. Ah, Miss MacDowell, Detective Bennings. It's been some time since your last visit. I see the SSS has resumed operations. Yes, and not a moment too soon. It's good to see you, Lanfei. You can expect we'll be coming by the SSS more often again. I'll be looking forward to it. In fact, I believe it was the SSS who first helped us test our new sepith exchange service. Though I believe the expiration date on your original card has already passed. As such, I've prepared you a new one. Here you are. You simply present the card at the counter the way you did before. We'll exchange your sepith for Mira at a higher rate than you typically find elsewhere. Are you sure it's alright letting us use that service, I mean? Naturally, you're good friends of the Cross family after all. But you should have access to this small convenience but a matter of course. Well, who are we to turn up our noses at their generosity? We'll be sure to make use of it. Of course, all you need to do is ask. Yeah, like in Zero, higher exchange rates in the IBC than elsewhere. Huh. Secret passage. EU material. Did you know that if you join the Business Owners Association and start hiding items inside of chests, they double over time? It's called Moore's Law. Suspicious. And next on the list is the hidden quest. Well, I say hidden quest because this thing doesn't appear on your terminal, but when you for the first time enter the residential district, you get a very obvious hint what to do to start the quest. And so we begin with that scene. What's that sound? A racing car. What are they doing? They're going way over the speed limit. It's a flagrant traffic violation. That's for sure. Can't I but pity the poor car. She deserves better than that. That reminds me, there have been more and more reports of reckless drivers speeding through the city lately. They've been disrupting the peace all over the place from the sound of it. You don't say. And remind me, how's with the special support section's business? It puts the public at risk. Obviously, we can't overlook that. We better report this to Kate from the Metropolitan Division. She should know what to do with these kinds of situations. I try calling her Enigma. Yes, this is Officer Kate of the Metropolitan Division speaking. Sorry to bother you, Kate. Alright, did you need something? Yes, actually, there's something I'd like to report. LoH outlined the reckless driving incident they had just witnessed to Officer Kate. Oh, so you've seen them too. Well, since you're in the neighborhood, there's something I'd like your help with. Our help? Can you come and rendezvous with me when you get a chance? I'll be waiting right by the hotel in the entertainment district. Sure, we'll see you soon. Alright, talk to you then. What did Officer Kate have to say? She's requesting our help with something. The Metropolitan Division needs our help? Let me guess, she wants us to stop that runaway car at any cost, brute force authorized. We're supposed to be making the streets less dangerous, Wazy. Anyway, let's make our way to the hotel in the entertainment district. So, and you wanted to meet with us. Thanks for coming, SSS. Good to see you again, Kate. You wanted our help with a reckless driving case, correct? I'm curious to hear more myself. Yes, allow me to explain. Recently there have been reports about an out-of-control car coming in from all over the city. The drivers seem to enjoy the thrill of near misses with anything and everything, pedestrians included. Right, we experienced that in person just now. I've heard about this being an issue. There's also been a lot of complaints about them blaring their car on without reason. It seems they're intent on being a nuisance. Whoever they are, they sure know how to get under everyone's skin. Right, as you can imagine, this is a problem the Metropolitan Division wants solved ASAP. Therefore, I'm requesting the SSSA to put a stop to that runaway car. Are you up to the task? Of course, we do everything we can to lend our assistance. I mean, how can I say no? You've had my back since the days at the police academy, Kate. Thank God. This is a huge help. The fast and the injurious. Let me begin by telling you about the perpetrators in question. We aren't dealing with one driver, but rather a group of 3 young men from Calvert. There have been sightings of them all over the city recently. They start by the park in the Harbor District before hitting roads all across the state. It seems they've recently added the Mines Mountain Path to their driving route as well. They're driving recklessly on the highways too? If something happens, they could end up impacting bus services. You're right, but that gives me an idea. If you cut off the access to the highways, it will provide you with an opportunity to catch them. That's a good point. Then if you used your patrol cars, you could have them surrounded, no problem. Unfortunately, I don't think that's an option. If you don't handle this carefully, they could break through our formation out of desperation. If it came to that, it could lead to a major traffic accident. That's the last thing we want. I see what you mean, and in that situation the police would definitely be the ones who were held responsible. Exactly. That's why I requested your help. Your experience in VSS could lead us to a creative, if a bit unconventional solution. We need to think outside of the box to devise a plan. That'll bring that car to a halt without endangering the townsfolk. Got it. I understand where you're coming from now. The way I see it, there are 2 essential components we need to consider here. First, an actual method of stopping that one-way car. And second, a location that can be executed without putting any of the citizens in danger. I agree. If either of those are flawed, not only will we fail to capture them, but we may also do more harm than good. In that case, let's start by pinning down our approach. I can think of a few ways to start. Once it won't lead to a major accident, I hope. That's our real obstacle here, not just the car itself. Right. Our first priority is to minimize the chances of us involving any civilians. We need to drum up a plan that can achieve that. Does anything come to mind? Let's see... Lure them into a dead end. Well, what if we lure them into a dead end? They wouldn't be able to speed their way out of that. There'd be no choice but to stop. I see, yeah, that could work. It's about as safe as we can swing it too. Perhaps, but that leads us to our second challenge, the location. I can't think of anywhere in the city that would be suitable. And we obviously can't use the new City Hall site in the IBC building. You're right, I hadn't thought that far ahead. I guess it wasn't such a good idea after all. Oh, don't be so unimaginative. If there aren't any dead ends, why don't we just make one? We could set up a barricade of those sandbags they have at construction sites. Oh, that's a great idea! If we use those, we can stop them wherever we want! Pretty sharp thinking, Wazy. Oh, you're too kind. Well then, the final question is where to set all this up. Does the Metropolitan Division have the car's usual route fully mapped? Of course, we had to, for everyone's safety. The car's been making regular laps around the city. For me in the entertainment district, they head to the administrative district. Then they go to the harbor district, followed by the East Street, Central Square and the back alley. In that order. After that, it's rinse and repeat. In that case, we should be able to lure them into a dead end in any of those 6 areas. What we want is a place with low foot traffic, somewhere we can set up a trap with minimal risk of involving the public. Does the car's route pass through any part of town that would fit most descriptions? Let's see. The back alley would probably be best. It's relatively small, so easy to block off, and there's not so much traffic there. Okay, no. Then I honestly don't know. Harbor is the business district, so that is probably also not the best idea. I think the only place that matches our criteria is the administrative district. The administrative district, huh? That's where the Civic Center, Library and the CPD headquarters, huh? True, but the district does have a small amount of foot traffic than most. Yeah, there's enough open space so that even if an accident does occur, damages should be kept to a minimum. It doesn't hurt that headquarters is nearby either. I think it's a perfect spot. Yeah, it's definitely going to work. I knew I could count on the SSS. You guys drew up that plan like it was nothing. I'm glad we could help. Okay, in order to lure them in, we're going to need several patrol cars at our disposal. We leave that part to me. I contact everyone in my division. Then we begin the operation immediately. I leave the construction of a barricade itself to you guys. No problem, we'll get right on it. And so the plot thickens. Since we're doing this, we may as well make sure we do it right. Definitely. I won't let them get away with abusing that poor car. Man, speeding around these big city streets is the best. You've really got the hang of driving that thing, you know that, Wazy? Haha, you're damn right I have. But hey, it wouldn't be half as easy if Yui didn't get us such a high-spec ride. What else did you expect? It's the Run Company's latest model after all. By the way, didn't you almost run over some old fart on the highway, Maggie? Oh, come on, I swerved out of the way, didn't I? But did you see the look on his face when he thought we were gonna hit him? Hilarious, freaking awesome, classic. That dumb old bastard looked like he was about to piss his diapers. Don't kill me, idea, save me. What a walking skeleton. Cut it out, Sykes, or I'm gonna end up pissing myself. Well, we're gonna be here for a while. Might as well enjoy ourselves, right? Crossbell City is our playground now. Ah crap, looks like the cops are here. Punch it, Reggie! Don't worry, we leave those pigs in the dirt where they belong. What's this, an ambush? They should know better. Can you shake them, Reggie? Obvious, they don't stand a chance. Ah, shut your snouts, you pigs. Shake them off. No problem now. Well, that wasn't here the last time we came by. It was all a trap. Check and mate. Only one thing left to do. We have you surrounded. Come out with your hands up. Guess what Jake's up. Okay, we surrender. Would you look at that? Your incompetent cop has actually got something done for once. Excuse me, would you like to be charged with disorderly conduct too? Do you even realize how much trouble you've caused? How many lives you put in danger? Yeah, don't get your skirt in a twist. Keep blowing your top and you'll wind up getting crow's feet, old lady. Old? Okay, that does it. Free service of disorderly conduct coming right up. Calm down, Officer Kate. Well, we're waiting. Hurry up and take us in already. Not that it doesn't make any difference. You can't touch us in any way that matters. What? Let's take them to headquarters for now, Kate. We wouldn't want to leave a street blocked for much longer either. Right. Okay, Celeste, you helped me drag these punks over to headquarters. Franz, you're tasked with getting that car out of the way. Yes, ma'am. Now, I'll be taking an official statement. All you have to do is answer my questions. To start with, what are your names? Hugh Jess. Seymour Butts. Who says we have to tell you? Why, you stop screwing around already. Easy now, Franz. Don't get in a tizzy. Yeah, you get in trouble, loser. Typical commoner. We're getting off with just a fine? Unfortunately so. Our state laws do provide for baseline traffic regulations, of course. But since we're Calvadians, we can't just throw a book at them. We'll give them a fine and a stern warning today, but they'll probably be released immediately after. I feared as much. Oh, you knew it would end like this? Something similar happened once before. During the anniversary festival, we had a case involving a counterfeit dealer. The sentence consists of no more than a reprimand and 1 month expulsion from the state. Oh, I remember that. Ever since Uncle Dieter became the new mayor, there have been more and more motions to revise state legislation, but the fact remains that there are still many holes in the legal code that we are helpless to do anything about. The inability of Crossbell and LoH to take a firm stance on punishing foreigners has been one of its fatal flaws for many years. Well, that's just great. I guess it was all a waste of time, sweat and tears, then. No, it wasn't. Sure, this has happened many times before, but that doesn't mean it was all in vain. Much the opposite, I would say this case was well worth the effort. At the very least, the streets are safer now, if only for today. The way I see it, this was just one of the many barriers that will stand in our way. But that's exactly why I think it's important that we never stop climbing. You're right, it's the kind of thing we can overcome as long as we don't give up. Then I guess it's up to me to keep us cool as we make our ascent. Because the two of you are way too hot-blooded about this. Honestly, Wazy, we were just about to put a nice button on this, too. Maybe we did get a bit worked up. Anyway, can you handle things from here, Kate? Yes, of course. You were a lot of help today, SSS. If something like this comes up again, you'll be the ones I turn to. We'll be looking forward to it. Okay, I quickly reloaded and did that over because I bet that wrong answer cost DP, and anyway, makes you wonder. The weak law in Crossbell makes you wonder why there isn't a massive amount of vigilantes running around here. And last but not least, we have several larger dialogues in the game. Basically, most of them is basically people we know from Zero telling the SSS, nice, you're back and all that. And we introduce Wazy and Noel and yeah, see how things stand here in town. Well, my goodness, is that you, Leyte? I'm back, Auntie Leyte. So you are. It's wonderful to know you're doing well. I see your friends from the SSS are with you too. Is your training with the 1st Division over already? Yeah, I just finished the other day. Sorry for not stopping by sooner. And who is this fair lady, if I may ask? This is Mrs. Noel. She's looked after me ever since I was a kid. We are almost like family. Our friend Cecile is her daughter, as a matter of fact. You mean Nurse Cecile? I remember meeting her at the hospital before. Oh, right, you do already know her, huh, Noel? So that makes me the only one left out of this little party then, huh? It sounds like you and Cecile have a rather interesting relationship. I'd love to hear the details sometime. There's nothing interesting about it at all. But anyway, I'm sure we'll see her sometime soon. I can introduce you to each other then. Oh, your friends are always such fun, Leyte. Don't forget, your Auntie Leyte is always right down the street if you need someone to talk to, okay? By the way, Leyte, have you been in touch with Cecile at all recently? We talk over the phone sometimes, but I haven't been able to see her in person for a while. But she's going to be in for a surprise when you do. You've become so much more rugged since the last time I saw you. Do you think so? That nervous laugh makes it sound like he hopes she's right. The more I hear about with Cecile, the more I want to meet her. Oh, well, look who it is. It's been a while, Mr. Grimwood. But it has. I'd been told the SSS temporarily suspended operations. Yes, but today is our first day back. We thought it would be only right to stop by and say hello. I see. And it seems you even got yourself some new members. That's just splendid. So you must be the famous Grizzly Grim everyone's been talking about. I might find myself in the dire need of your services someday.
Is that right? Very well then.
Let's see, I should have some business cards around here somewhere. Wazy, you're supposed to be here as a police officer, not a future client. Well, in that case, if it ever happens, Mr. Grimwood should be the right person to turn to.
Oh no, I didn't mean to imply anything. I'm only playing along. I suppose a more formal introduction is in order. My name is Ian Grimwood, licensed lawyer and head of this firm. I look forward to working with all of you again, ladies and gentlemen of the SSS.
Likewise, it's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Grimwood. We may be stopping by more often to consult with you in the future. I hope we can count on your advice when the time comes.
Of course, feel free to stop by whenever you like. I'll be more than happy to provide you with my expertise, should the need arise. The citizens are expecting great things from the SSS. It will mean more requests for you to handle, but don't let that stop you from putting in your best work. I have faith that every job well done will make you shine even brighter as Crossbell's beacon of hope.
Hayworths is at home? Goodness, look who just walked in. Why, if it isn't the SSS? Hello! It's good to see you again, Mr. and Mrs. Hayworth. And same to you, Colin. You look like you're doing well. Indeed. Life has been quite peaceful for us since our last encounter, thanks in no small part to all of you. You and Ellie know this family, Lloyd? It sounds there's a story here. Care to share? The special support section saved our son when you went missing during the anniversary festival. We will be forever in your debt. It's because of you that we're still a happy family. You're welcome, but we were really only doing our jobs. You needn't be so modest. No amount of thanks could ever express our gratitude. Although I still do regret not being able to thank the girl who helped you at that day as well. Oh, you mean the girl with the purple hair? I want to see her again too. Yes, that's right. I still hold out for the day we can properly thank her. You wouldn't happen to know her whereabouts, would you? No, unfortunately not. We haven't seen her again since that day. Oh, that's a shame. Well, God is willing, we're sure to meet again someday. I suppose all we can do in the meantime is be patient until the opportunity arises. When she already left Crossbell with Estelle and Joshua. But the Hayworths still don't know the truth about what happened that day. In any event, all of you are welcome to stop by for a visit whenever you like. I will do everything in my power to assist you should you need it. Thank you, Mr. Hayworth. You and your family are too kind. Bye-bye, SSS. Business has been going well, in case you were curious. It left me with ample downtime to be a proper husband and father to my family. I'm happy to hear that. It sounds like all your hard work is starting to pay off. I take your word for it. To tell you the truth, I'm not one for getting showered in praise. Just being able to provide for my wife and child is more than enough for a simple man like myself. The SSS has done so much for us, that we will ever be in your debt. I'm sure my husband feels the same way. Know that our door is always open to you. I miss that purple-haired girl I talked to before. I hope I get to see her again. Maybe I will someday. Ellie's home? Oh, welcome home, Lady Ellie. It's good to see you again, Joanna. I take it things have been business as usual around here? Yes, thankfully. You coming home from your trip safe and sound has put my mind at ease. Oh, Joanna, you don't need to worry about me so much all the time. I'm doing just fine. But it's my job to worry. You and Master Henry mean everything to me. How adorable. Well, what I wouldn't give to have a maid this devoted to me. That reminds me, Lady Ellie, we received letters from the young master and mistress. Would that be your parents? Yes, my mother and father live in Erebonia and Calvert respectively. I used to receive letters from them occasionally, but they've become more frequent since the cult incident. It's mostly out of worry for my grandfather and me, but their words have been an invaluable source of encouragement lately. I didn't realize vets were everywhere. Family, huh? Please hold on to them for now, Joanna. I'll be sure to read through them later. As you wish. Oh, and I hear the SSS is back to work again. Remember to take good care of yourself, my lady. Master Henry and the young master and mistress want nothing but the best for you. As do I, of course. I understand, Joanna. I'll be extra careful.
Why, Lady Ellie, welcome home.
It's good to see you, Elmer. So this is where you grew up, huh? Is it, Ellie? What an enormous mansion. Well, it is Beaker MacDowell's estate, after all. Oh, please, it's nothing worth making a fuss about. You're all welcome here.
Indeed. As you're all colleagues of my lady, I cordially invite you to make yourselves at home. Now that the SSS is back in action, I'm sure you're going to be busier than ever. Please take good care of Lady Ellie.
Of course, sir. We make sure you have nothing to worry about. Thank you, Helmer. I'll do my best to support them too.
Well, I'll be if it ain't Lloyd. Feels like I haven't seen you in ages. When did you get back?
Not too long ago. It's good to see you again, Mr. Quint. Do you know this man, Lloyd? We became acquainted earlier this year doing a support request he submitted. That's right, Mr. Quint here was an old friend and drinking buddy of my brother's. He's been good to me too. After the cult incident, we shared a few glasses while he recounted old stories about Guy.
Now that was a fun night, my boy. Or as fun as it could have been, at least. Lloyd can't down him the way his brother could just yet.
Sorry about that. It's nice of you to invite us as well. But T was a little pouty that she has to have juice, being a minor at all.
I can imagine. I hope you don't mind Noel and me imposing on you someday too. Not at all. Any friends of Lloyd's are more than welcome in my book. You can usually find me out here tending to the graves. Feel free to drop by anytime. We can even reminisce about Guy again if you want.
This grave, it belongs to Guy Bennings, my brother who was killed in the line of duty 3 years ago. I've heard stories about him. They say he was a remarkable detective, one of the best the CPD ever had. Even among the Guardian Force, there aren't many who don't know his name. Wow, I had no idea. He and Arius were once partners in the same squad led by Chief Sergei. Eventually they disbanded and Guy advanced to the 1st Division. He and Detective Dudley were good rivals back then, apparently. Guy was the kind of person who liked to stick his nose into other people's business, so word about him ended up spreading pretty fast. The more I hear about him, the more I realize what an amazing man he truly was. He was a detective who stood up against Crossbell's barriers, and with a relentless drive at that. Losing him in the line of duty was unimaginable. The culprit's still at large, right? It wasn't the cult's doing? Yeah, the case is still unresolved. But I swear, one day I'll grab hold of the truth with my own 2 hands. It may not be soon, but I promise it'll happen. Just you wait, Guy. Here lies Sire McLean. I recognize the surname on this grave. Arius McLean, the Divine Blade of Wind. He's never spoken to me about it, but I'm fairly certain Sire McLean was his wife. If I remember correctly, she passed away in a horrible accident. The same one that left Shizuku alive, but without her sight. Yeah, after that, Arius resigned from the police force and became a bracer. Ah, so that's how it happened. What a tragic story, poor Shizuku and Arius. It's not like all hope is lost though. What I've heard, there's still the possibility that Shizuku can regain her sight. That's right, hopefully we can pay her a visit sometime soon. Oh, goodness gracious. I didn't notice you there. You'll have to forgive me, I'm busy offering prayers to my late husband. O sweet lambs born beneath a bell, may you sleep peacefully here forevermore. Let the golden light shining betwixt the pure clouds lead thy souls above to the great blue sky, that they may return once more to the goddess's loving embrace. Here lies Ozma Seeker. Seeker is this... Yes, Lieutenant Ozma Seeker, the father friend and I lost 10 years ago. Your father? This is the first I'm hearing of this. I'm not the type to talk about these kind of things. Let's go, everyone. Dad would probably scold us for dawdling around like this. Would he now? Alright, let's get going then. Oh, hi guys! Is there a parent-teacher conference today? No, nothing like that. We just thought we'd check in and see how you're doing. Are you studying your hardest here? You betcha! I've been learning new stuff every day. It's fun getting to hang out with Vio and Anri and them too. Is that so? Kia doesn't seem to be having any trouble fitting in. We were worried about sending her to school at first, but honestly, it was the best decision we could have made. Keep at it, okay, Kia? I will. Good luck with all your SSS work. Why, hello there, Lloyd and Ellie. I'm glad you two came. It's great to see you again, Sister Marble. Yes, it's been so long. Wait, are you not surprised to see us? Not at all. Kia couldn't wait to share the good news. I believe her exact words were, Lloyd and Ellie are home! If I'm not mistaken, you are also Lloyd and Ellie's Sunday school teacher, right? Yes, that's right. And you two must be the newest members of the SSS. My name is Marble. I serve as a sister of the Sepient Church. It's a pleasure to meet you both. Oh, wait. Did you not study under Sister Marble too, Noel? No, the East Street class that Fran and I attended was held by a priest. I'm not sure what happened to him, but I don't think he's in Crossbell anymore. Well, it's not uncommon for the church to keep a revolving door. Yes, in that sense it's fortunate that I've been here since Lloyd and Ellie's time in Sunday school. Sister Marble, can we get back to class now, or are you just gonna keep on chatting? Rio, it's rude to interrupt people while they're catching up. Oh my, I became so wrapped up in our conversation I completely forgot where we are. My apologies, I should continue on with the lesson. But stop by for another visit sometime. No, we should apologize. It's our fault for interrupting class. Please excuse us. En Ciel, it's been a long time since we last set foot in here. It has. I wonder if Ilya and Risha are doing well. Well, I didn't realize you two spent so much time schmoozing up with celebrities. Is it really okay for us to just waltz into the theater like this? Why, if it isn't Detective Bannings and Miss MacDowell from the SSS. It's so good to see you both again. Are you here for a personal visit? Actually, the SSS is back in operation starting today. We were patrolling the city and decided to stop by. We're not bothering you though, are we? No, of course not. You're not bothered at all. The troop is currently taking a break, so please, feel free to stay a while. I'm sure Ilya and the others would be delighted to see you. Thank you very much. Wow. Is something wrong, Noel? Well, no, it's just, I can't believe how much clout the SSS has. She's right, to think they'd have the red carpet rolled out for you at En Ciel. I guess I can't entirely deny it. We've been quite lucky to forge such wonderful connections here in Crossbell. And you wouldn't believe what Sully did next. I cut it out, not in front of Risha. Oh, Ilya, you really shouldn't pick on her so much. Things are as lively as ever here, huh? It looks like we're on break right now. Is that Ilya Plater? The Ilya Plater? And whatever must be... Huh? Ah, that is my favorite little guy! Oh, hello SSS! Hey. Long time no see, everyone. We're sorry we interrupted your break. Oh no, not at all. It's been ages since you last stopped by, so go ahead to make yourself at home. And while you're here, could I trouble my favorite little guy for a nice warm reunion hug? No, no thanks, I'm good. Oh, fun. You don't have to hold back with me, Or maybe you prefer Risha pressed right up against you instead? Ah, Ilya! Quit being such a sleazebag already. I see your troubles haven't changed, Risha. Well, I can't say I don't empathize. Fate has it in for us, it seems. Still, it's great to see you again, especially after all this time. I hope you continue looking out for everyone here at En Ciel. You're an actress who made her debut during the anniversary festival performance, right? Don't you live in the downtown district? I think I've seen you around the neighborhood before. Yes, I do. Pardon me, but if I'm mistaken, but would you happen to be the leader of that street gang? Wazy Hemisphere, at your service. Oh, you know him, Wisher? Come to think of it, the S.S.S. seems to have a few extra additions to the cast. Right, these are our two newest members. I'm Noel Seeker, transferred into the S.S.S. from the Guardian Force. My younger sister friend and I are a big fan of yours, Miss Platier. Oh, thank you so very much. Theo and Wendy haven't returned yet, unfortunately. They'll just be the four of us for a while. I see. Looks like you found yourself some pretty kooky characters. I like them. Well, I don't think they're even half as kooky as you, Ilya. New performers are a lot more casual than I imagined you'd be. And even more beautiful than your photos give you credit for, Astrid. Why, thank you. But you know flattery will get you nowhere, right? But enough about that. You have been quiet this whole time. Step and introduce yourself, Missy. Okay, I get it. I'm Sully at Trade, an assistant to the troop. It's, nice to meet you. Same here, Sully. How have you been, Sully? You have some nerve talking to me. Don't think for a second that I've forgotten about what happened back then. You hear me? She still hasn't let that go, huh? Back then? What I heard, our favorite lady-killing detective here grabbed Sully from behind and... No, it wasn't like that. She was running away. I was only trying to apprehend her. Excuse me? Look, I know I wasn't a saint back then, but it doesn't give you the right to grope me. Grope? Wow, sounds like you really got a handful. Good on you, LoH. No, I did. I mean, oh, what delicious drama. Let me have a bite too. I couldn't possibly miss out on something like this. Ilya, please. Don't make this worse than it already is. The more I deny it, the guiltier I look. You really know how to dig your own grave, don't you, Lord Bennings? In any case, it's good to have you back. The SS has already done so much for us. Please, visit us whenever you like. Seconded, you'll always get a warm welcome here. Not to mention, Risha's rehearsals have been more thrilling to watch than ever these days. Wow, really? I'd imagine she offers a selection of choice views, leaping around in that costume of hers. Wazy. That's one of the appeals, yes. But lately I feel there's been a certain sharpness to her movements, both on and off the stage. She never seems to get tired either. I'm guessing you've improved your sleeping habits? Well, yes, I suppose so. So that's it, huh? I never realized. Leave it to Ilya to know her performance inside and out. It's true, there hasn't been much work recently, so I had more time to relax. If Ilya can sense that just the way I move, she really is amazing. You're one of the hardest workers I know, Risha. Just remember to get enough rest. Take a moment for yourself every now and then. I will. Thanks for always looking out for me, Lloyd. En Ciel seems as busy as ever now. But if you're sure it won't be a bother, we'll try and stop by from time to time. Feel free. You're always welcome as long as we're not in the middle of a performance or rehearsal. That being said, things are probably going to be ramping up in the near future. Huh? Why's that? Is something special in the works? That's on the need-to-know basis only. You'll see what you're cooking up when it's good and ready. Look forward to it. Will do. We'll have to follow up on that sometime. Congratulations on resuming your duties and on the new members. I'll be rooting for you. Feel free to come visit whenever you have some time to spare. Will do. Don't be afraid to get in touch if you need any help again. The SSS is always here for En Ciel. I'll keep it in mind. So the SSS is back in action, with that some new faces too. I bet Cecile will be excited to meet them, not to mention see you again. Aren't you one lucky little guy? Please stop teasing me. She's right though, I should visit Cecile sooner rather than later. You all better look forward to what En Ciel is cooking up next. It's still a secret, but I'm sure you love it. Seriously, how the heck can Ilya tell that Risha has been sleeping better? Is there anything she can't pick up on? I guess it's official, my little Noel is now part of a CPD special support section. Cut it out, Mom. I told you that's only a temporary transfer, it's not like I'll be doing this forever. Oh nonsense, quit sweating the small details, embrace your new team. Don't forget that this makes you and Fran co-workers. She was jumping for joy at the thought. That sounds like our Fran. I don't know why she's always been such a child about everything. Still, it's pretty exciting, I'm happy to be working with her. You act like you keep Fran at arm's length, but the Seekers are pretty close, aren't they? I should say so, though Mother does have to worry that they're a little overprotective of each other. They're both attractive girls, but their bond seems to keep the boys away. That's no way to find yourself a husband, Noel. Mom. It's not just the sisters who have a tight-knit relationship. I think the entire family has something special. You shouldn't be a stranger, Noel. You know your mother misses you, don't you? Of course I know, but don't I already visit often enough? Yes, but now you live in the city with Fran and me. That means you should visit even more, doesn't it? Come on, Mom. I'm not a little girl anymore. I can survive a few days without you spoiling me. A sign is hung on the locked door. Currently under renovation, Imperial Fishing Club. It's closed? And what's with this Imperial Fishing Club business? Last I recall, this was a Crossbell branch of a Fisherman's Guild. You remember, right, Lloyd? Have you heard anything about this from the other members? No, I've been busy all summer. The only thing my ward's been catching lately is dust. The place is locked too, so it looks like we'll have to swing by later if we want any answers. Well, bless my soul, look who's back in town. Hi, Mikkel. It's been a while, hasn't it? It most certainly has. Good job handling that arrest in Altair, by the way. We couldn't have done it without Arias' help. I think we have you to thank for that. You're looking well, Mikkel. How have you been? Why, thank you, sweetie. I'm in top form. Though we're up to our knees in work now that the golden bright era of the Crossbell branch has come to an end. Yeah, that makes sense. It looks to me like Arias and the other boys are doing a good job of picking up the slack. Well, we're no strangers to being short-staffed. We manage one way or another. They don't call you bracers allies of the people for nothing. No matter how busy you guys are, you never offer a word of complaint. Guilty as charged. But I could say the same about the SSS. You four have been busting your behinds so... Hold on now. Is it just me or do you have some new faces? Alright, these are our latest additions to the SSS. Noel Seeker, transfer member from the Crossbell Guardian Force. Wazy Hemisphere, I'd like to think my name is introduction enough. Oh, that's quite a sensational pair of recruits you got on your hands. An active Sergeant Major of the Guardian Force and the leader of a downtown district's Testament gang. Their experience must be invaluable now the SSS is back and kicking. But are you sure you can rely on them when push comes to shove? I am. It's true that we all have very different backgrounds, but that's been the case for the SSS since day one. Good answer. You've grown a lot since the first day you stepped through our doors. Best of luck there, boys and girls. It's a pleasure to work with you again. By the way, Arias had to book it to Hemisferia the moment he got back from Altair. The Grand Prince up there is coming to a conference at the end of the month, so he's helping him prepare for it. I guess there's no rest for a divine blade of wind. Well, he's not the only one, honey. Pretty much everybody is busy getting ready for that conference. You're right. Even the CGF's been preoccupied with reassignment and rehabilitation training. I guess you weren't exaggerating about how strapped for manpower the guild is. Not in the least. The void Estelle and Joshua left behind was much larger than I expected it would be. Our workload is utter insanity right now. Arias and the gang might be skilled, but there's a limit to everything. That's certainly true. And yeah, we're going to be swamped for a while, and I don't see it getting easier anytime soon. So every little bit the SSS does helps, thanks for that. Yeah, likewise. Here's hoping we can all manage. Arias is gone, Scott is in America, Wenzel is in Erebonia, and Lynn and Aeolia should be here. What's up, SSS? It sure has been a while. Hey Lynn, hey Aeolia, it's good to see you again. How things been at the guild? I know, busy as we've ever been. But enough about us, tell us about the guys behind you. Bayworkies? Something like that. You two are braces, right? It's a pleasure to meet you. Actually, I think I've seen you before while we were on your way to Calvert. Oh yeah, that's why your face is so familiar. You usually run off a guardsman in Tangram, huh? Speaking of a Republic, Gage job in En Ciel, Lloyd. That ties up a final loose thread of a cult case, doesn't it? You've really moved up in the world. I still got a long way to go, honestly. In any case, the rest of the SSS and I plan to hit the ground running again. That's the spirit. You got this, guys. You know, I took you guys for total amateurs the first time we met, but I think you've really grown into your role since then. That's why I'm going to stop taking it easy on you from now on. Come on, Len, you can still go a little easy. Come to think of it, I hadn't seen my sweet little Tio for some time. She's over in Le Mans at the moment, right? Yes, she'll be staying there for a little while longer. I see. You know, our headquarters is also in Le Mans. I could request a transfer. You'd better knock it off if you don't want me bringing this up with Mikkel. I was only kidding. Sheesh. Classic Aeolia. It's been so long since I gave a sweet little Tio a great big hug. Let me know the second she gets back and I'll be there in a flash. There's always something shady about this place. I see Jingo is running the counter as usual. This shop has connections to Crossbell City's black market, right? Rumor in the CGF was that you could buy weapons and ammunition here. Well, for what it's worth, the shop will cut you a more honest deal than most in the underworld. But the owner, now there's the woman you wouldn't cross twice. That's one way to put it. Anyway, we shouldn't linger around. If you have business here, let's get it done and get out. At Neinvalli Exchange, you can trade specific items for ones of higher rarity. To make an exchange, speak with Jingo at the counter and select trade. Well, if it ain't the SSS. Haven't seen your mucks around here in a while. It's nice to see you again as well, actually. Now, what do we have here? I heard the rumors, but I didn't think they'd be true. What are you up to, Wazy Hemisphere? Oh, nothing much, you know me. Just having a little bit of fun. If you'd like, we could talk about it over at drinks at Trinity. Whatever, kid. So what do you need? Just for a record, I've already cleaned my stock of everything the Vash left behind. I didn't even realize what was happening. Nothing particular, but just decided to stop by doing our rounds. Oh, but right, feel free to look around. This is a business though, so, you know. Still can't believe you traded in your bad boy card for a police badge, Wazy. You're just full of surprises, aren't you? Hey, look who's back in business! Weapons ain't for sale, but if you wanna make some trades, that's okay with me. Got a lot more stuff that's safe for regular old civvies now too. The only one who didn't have that drop there was Wazy. What kind of sales pitch is that? Should we be investigating the store instead of shopping at it? At first glance, I suppose it can't be proven my goods are illegal. Sure, as long as you don't dig any deeper than that, no one gets hurt. Not that we know of, anyway. Alright, we've been keeping busy expanding our stock, so just there's some good stuff in mix. The kind you're gonna wanna get while you can. I'll give them to you if you can pony up enough to make an equal trade. Sure, Jingo, we'll make a point to stop by every now and then. Hope this goes without saying, but the only things we can't trade you are our black market goods. But if all you need is medicine, quartz, and accessories or whatever, take a look around, it's all fair game. Welcome, how many in your Wait, Wazy? Ep.7S too? Did you just welcome us? The place becomes more like a legitimate business by the day. How are you holding up, Abbas? Doing well for yourselves? No complaints. It's good to have you back. Why not make yourself at home while you're here? So, Wazy, how are you liking the special support section? I suppose it's a good fit after all. My chief and colleagues are pretty lenient, but even let me work as casually as I please. I don't recall us letting you treat this job like an all-expense-paid vacation. That's right, Wazy. Even as an associate member, you're still a part of the police, you know? Listen, this is just the way I do things. You should all take a lesson from me and loosen up a bit. All this stiffness can't be good for your joints. You're unbelievable sometimes. It would appear that you're already fitting in. I see no problems in that case. Dealing with this guy is nothing but problems. How did you do it, Abbas? Actually, I've been meaning to ask, was everyone in the Testaments really okay with Wazy joining the SSS? I've been curious as well. Did it come as a surprise when your leader decided to leave for the Force? Whether or not we approved is of little consequence. What Wazy says goes, no exception. Matt didn't answer the question. Abbas has the patience of a saint. Well, it was definitely a bombshell, but we all came around after talking it over. All of us have our reasons for being here, whether it's to stick to our parents or get away from a broken home. Wazy gave us a place to belong, so if we've chosen a new path, then we support him every step of the way. As a matter of fact, this is a good chance for us to start learning how to look after ourselves. We've made a lot of strides since our days of doing nothing but fighting. Managing Trinity has helped us mature. Still, it does get lonely here without Wazy. I can see how. I respect you guys' positivity about this. To be fair, I'd already been leaving Abbas in charge of the Testaments for the most part. With or without me, I'm sure they managed to keep on just fine. And there you have it. Special support section, we will leave Wazy in your care for the time being. No need to worry about us, Wazy. Focus on your current work instead. Way ahead of you, Abbas. I'm inexperienced in serving and protecting the public, so please, be gentle with me. We could just leave you here at Trinity, you know? But we won't. Welcome to the team yet again, Wazy. You guys, been a while, hasn't it? Since the cult incident, if I'm remembering right. Nice to see you again. Have you been well since returning to the Saber Vipers? Yeah, I guess. They said the reason I kept picking fights with Walt and the others was because of that drag. The guys made sure I wouldn't forget it either. Got my ass whipped pretty good as punishment. You did, huh? At least I forgave you. Wazy, so it's true, you really did join up with the cops. It's because of you that Walt... Walt? Did something happen to him, Dino? I guess the least I could do is warn you. But seeing as you did help me out a few months back, Walt's been 10 kinds of pissed off lately. If you value your life, stay away from downtown. Is there a particular reason he's so upset? Yeah, it's standing right next to you. Sure, the Testaments haven't caused any troubles in the cult incident, but Wazy's ditched the downtown district and climbed into the pig pen. He didn't even bother settling things with Walt. So that's it. In other words, Walt's angry that his rival left him behind, is that right? I understand how he feels, but is that really Wazy's fault? Lovely. There's nothing lovely about it, you broccoli-haired bastard. Do you even realize what you've done? It's your fault that Waz hardly ever shows up at Ignis anymore. That's his prerogative. And I'm exercising mine by working with the SSS. The problem of the Saber Vipers are no concern of mine. You have no right to point the finger at me. Tcha! In that case, get the hell out of my sight. Don't blame me for what Walt will do if he catches you here, Wazy, or any of you. I think that's our cue. We'll be leaving now. That might be for the best. Goodbye, Dino. Tcha! No entry for us. Okay, but I think I've been everywhere now, right? Good, then I end this episode and cut it all together. Until next time, I'm Ace, and don't get lost.